Oh, sorry. Hello, and welcome to another stream. Yeah, that's words. Sorry. Welcome back. Today, I will be playing more Final Fantasy XIV. We'll be picking up where we left off with the MSQ, or main story quest, which is post Dawntrail, so if you're afraid of getting spoiled, you almost definitely will if you stick around. So don't do that if you don't want to get spoiled. If you don't care or have already played through the story or seen someone else play through, feel free to just hang out. But without further ado, opening thing, game temperature gray. It's also raining pretty hard outside right now. I don't know if that's picking up on the mic or not, but I doubt it is. But yeah, it's really coming down out there. But that just means it's a good time to have a nice, cozy stream, as long as nothing too major happens. Anyway, since the last time, I have continued my glamour hunt. So Dragoon's still the same. I don't know if I did show... I think I did show off the head briefly last time. Be very helpful for the rain outside, I suppose. And we got Paladin, which is still the same. Got its relic weapon. Here's the Paladin HUD. Looks really similar to the Dragoon HUD. It's pretty much the same one. And then Summoner. I know there won't be that much difference, but I did get the different gloves and boots I wanted. And shiny new relic weapon. Blue carbuncle. And then Scholar. I had the relic weapon last time, but I do have the new boots for Scholar too. And the new gloves. And next we have Dancer, which I don't think's changed at all since last time. So I think I already had its stuff done in time for last stream, but I still need to get the relic weapon for it, and yeah, I'm high, but it's only one of two more that I need to get. Although I'll probably get one for Dark Knight as well, but that's not one of my main jobs. And then Viper, which we have all brand new, since I don't think this was ready last time, but it's about completely complete. Do still need the relic weapon for this one. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to show off the masks for Summoner and Viper. I have these masks from the Vanguard dungeon. Pretty cool. The hair does stick through it a little bit, but you don't see that from behind, or if you look at it from far enough. And Scholar also has one, except it's green to match that one. Anyway, without further ado, we have an MSQ to get back for next. Quest, Guidance of the Hehesto. Probably did not say that right, even a little bit, but I believe we already talked to everyone last time, so you can go straight to Geode. Guidance of Hehesto. Of the Hehesto, because it's like a tribe or something. Sorry. Geode's concerns writ plain upon his face. Alize isn't wrong, the mood out there is still grim. Some of the Turali remember a time before they were dependent on the Sol system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason too. The journey home won't be easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tural, ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliolo. My brother is doing all he can to see Zack Tural Railroad restored to operation, so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier, how long before it's back in service. Couldn't say. When I left for the visit, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it for ourselves. To Shaloni Station then. I'll make sure to keep Kona informed. Guess I can change dialogue. So now if there's good news concerning the railroad, we can just disseminate it through our network and hopefully put some minds at ease. I'll keep an eye on things here in your absence. I'd be astonished if they were able to restore railroad services so quickly. The locomotive was nigh obliterated in its collision with the dome. But I'll have plenty of time while I work on this, trust me. Say hello to Kona for me. Alright, so onward, I suppose. Seems like it's just over here. Welcome back to Medieval Fantasy Texas. Hey, come on, let's go on. Filled Kona in. He asked that we continue to support the Alexandrians as best as we can. Operations still suspended, but we're trying to remain optimistic. It's good to see you looking well yourselves. Hello. Here for train business. Vow of Resolve and Altair Warrior to boot. What can I do for you? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tyrol that can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Ah, scratch the on his way. Well, hey, Aaronville. I love this game, but I'm not going to say that because I don't think I would. As the guild ship has officially approved my transition from gleaner to independent contractor, I was in need of more befitting attire. You hear about the railroad too? I was, in part for my sake, that the original Dawnblazer was sacrificed, so I felt only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lamati has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a manner of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawnblazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations, but now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Mahwahethon. I did not say that correctly. That is the Veronique, though the Hehetesaro that follow them are none too pleased about their Hesto being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I devised is to quiet the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Veronique will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Veronique's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. The Veronique's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I'm not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of Mehewateson for their insights. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hehetesaro have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consoling their leader, Hawato. The rest of you can accompany us to the Tesaro encampment if you like. You could just teleport over there, but we can have a nice little flight across Shaluni. So look at the train tracks. A prior visit to the head Tesaro was on railroad business. Pray they do not take us for train enthusiasts. To think all this can be packed up at a moment's notice to follow wherever the Ronique leads. As committed as the head Tesaro are to tradition, they are amenable to the unfamiliar, or so I am told. That's Kona, about reason, is it not? I can scarce believe it. Thou resolve, thou reason, I bid you welcome to our camp. But what brings you all the way to Mehawateetason? I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Zach Tural railroads. You too have noticed the Ronique's unexpected change in behavior, then. My son, Shepetto, has been looking into this matter. Shepetto? Normally, we'd expect the Ronique to keep up their favored grounds nearby for a while yet, and despite a thorough research, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in Piario, Anan, and Yawatanane. Yawatanane. I swear this game is trying to make me sound like an idiot. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward, toward your railroad. Jeez, and now I can't even say regular words. Toward your railroads. I certainly see no cause for unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hetasaro would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Hetasaro descent. My parents traveled with the Ronique as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. Chance encounter with a kind fellow merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pay on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Toyola's markets, and that's where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Mama T came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Truly, I've never heard of the Ronique choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Hetasaro willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps that I might better make excuses for their actions never much appealed to me. If they had a good reason, wouldn't you want to know? As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hetasaro way may arise from the fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me of the Roronique and what they mean to you. Promise to listen with an open mind. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. We learn of head to start a culture with me. I'd like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share. It would be useful to know whether I am, doing it correctly. Then it's settled. We'll learn more of the Roronique, and we'll have a look around the plains, and perhaps, in the process, we'll find the answers we seek. My knowledge of the culture I was born into is from written accounts alone, and few of them, at that. It will be a joy to share our traditions with the new Dawn servants, as we once did with Gulu Jaja. The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. I hope you're not above manual labor. I am not the most experienced, I'm ashamed to admit, but I shall put forth every effort. It's all we ask. Take these tools. Now introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Let's meet back here later to share what we've learned. Alright. You're learning about the Hetisaro way of life, are you? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I arrived at them myself. Ahem. Our Hehesto provides us with something that we use in medicines. Poultices and soap to drive away pests, and to sustain our fires. What is it? Sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. We've discovered myriad uses for Roronique chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Where there is a need, our Hesto always provides. This won't do, the one will go right through it, and me without my needle and sinew. Oh, these are precisely what I needed. I should be able to patch up the covering now. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Roronique hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry. Interesting. I'm afraid I've finished with my tasks for the time being, but since you're so eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you a bit about our migration customs? If you're here, you likely already know that the Roronique are Hesto, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of the seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits into two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Hestaro must also part with half of our number. You may think it's strange and stressful custom, but over the years it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as a people. This, too, is the wisdom of the Hesto. And one more left. As you stroke the Roronique's coat, you note that many portions are shaggy and tangled. This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. If you'd like to give it a try, you'll need the right tool for the job. Mind you, A cone of the type you're used to would just get lost in the tangle, like it's not. I read that terribly. I would do voices, but I feel like I would just kill my voice. Shepetto sent a Ronique brush with you, did he? How like him. Now, just run it through one little patch at a time, gently. I don't know if I would call that gentle. You dutifully brush the Ronique until your arms grow weary from the prolonged bow of its coat. Appears much tidier now, though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. Well done. With less excess fur, our friend here will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat, and less susceptible to illness. A combed coat also makes it easier for us to identify injuries, should the need arise. Interesting. But apparently my clothes are all messy now. But that can be fixed. Quick dive. Let's... There we go, I just wasn't deep enough yet. Full submerged. Take that, hair. I win. Now let's get back to what we're here for. My water's all the way over there. I need to go grab that. Alright, acquired water. So that my voice will not give out. Let's hope we get to another voice cutscene before my voice dies. You smell the grass and the wind. Hopefully a bunch of water. Which is a good thing, I promise. You can nearly be mistaken for one of us, or at least an adventurous Tonawada. I have to wonder how Valcona is getting on. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. There he is now. Well, he's made of friends. Apologies for the tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the Ronique, and ended up rather far afield. Found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how is your own work? Have you anything to share? I'll say that. Indeed, the Ronique provide for the Hetsaro, and in turn the Hetsaro are good to the Ronique, just as families should be. Mine is not the only way, though at times I like the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Ronique, as they did to me, and so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service of the people of Tural, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today. Now endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Hetso are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Valcona. You're welcome among our herd any time. I need to select a word. So this is all really low level, so we'll get the holds. Or silver, that's silver, not gold. Well. Appears loath to part from his unique companion. Ah, poor guy. Kona, how did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hetso. We nourish the Hetsaro as they grow, and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Ronique are sensitive. They may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale. They must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Hetsaro would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. It is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Ronique's once favored grazing grounds. As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Ronique, even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Raptors, but they look to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Or probably something to be stabbed. The Hetsaro would have surely put two and two together were that were the case geological. We measured the area's ether to be certain. There was indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. A draw of a draw? And a powerful one, like as not a predator, given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be Turuhetso? Turuhetso? Ronique Reaver in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night is another evocative one. Ronique can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Turuhetso. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one is so far from home in its pack both. In any case, I believe the source of the Ronique's consternation is clear, as is our next move. We must drive this reaver away, that they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Never fear, we will make certain that the beast threatens you no more. Alright, got a little hunt to go on. Ready, Aaronville? Powerful creature behaving unusually. Left to its devices, it may well become a chore of a draw. We must attend to it ere that happens. With Ronique Reavers must have hefty set of teeth, but I'm not worried. We fought worse. Well, that's definitely true. The Ronique Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We cannot allow it to roam unchecked. But it won't do for us to go running off in search of it without having made proper preparations. And if others returning from across the plain have spotted it, they might be able to inform us of its recent behavior and where it might be found. Set certain points to do.
this way! It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety.
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
Oh, that's how you say that.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Alright.
Make haste. We must protect the Ronek.
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
Eyes peeled for anything that ran this way. It would be fortunate if they ran this. Oh, eyes peeled for anything brown poppy. Be fortunate if they ran this way. What the Tersu got to them. I'm gonna see yes.
There they are.
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
What's up, buddy? Thank goodness. No teeth marks. You're all right.
That herd should be all right. Let's look for stragglers.
Or still. And Peaceman, I guess.
The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind.
There's someone coming.
There must be something up ahead. Come.
We're being attacked.
There.
These are no match for the likes of us.
That is accurate. Oh, there's more.
In a panic was clearly an understatement. More are coming!
This is not a small amount of enemies. Seriously?
You're mine.
Sorry, Lupuma, but this one's mine. One tough alligator, that's for sure. Oh, there's a lot of other alligators.
All or nothing then.
Oh, yeah, do that. That's smart. Oh, nice job. I guess I underestimated you a bit. How do you like that? Ah, you can get into it, Kona. Come on, fighting monsters is fun.
trick.
For the fodder at least. But where's...
I wouldn't sheathe your weapon yet. Ooh, that's...
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronak Reaver, and no mistake.
There! Flat one there!
I wouldn't...
Not so fast!
You're not a gunbreaker. Oh, there it goes. We forgot to bring a healer, didn't we?
Even should it cost me my life. I will save the headsaw!
Well, that's how you say that.
Kona! Are you alright?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety!
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right! Let's finish the job!
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer! You'll find the power breathing is not without resolve.
Damn it! Not even a scratch!
That's a scratch. And this thing is rather tough.
Buy me some time to think, will you? They must have a weakness, and I will find it. Keep it
God,
busy.
for the love
I
of...
need time.
Right! Go for the legs!
His legs are super tough. Guessing that's gonna... yeah. Slightly stepped in the wrong area. Oops.
Now we just have to keep it pinned.
Did its HP go up?
Thinking corner.
A protective current of ether. But whence does it flow?
This thing is really sturdy. Quite of ether is there, connected by the scales. I trace that back to the point of greatest density.
I've got it!
Ah. This is our best chance.
One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and... you're done for! That stemmed the flow of protective ether.
Alright, I can work with this.
Nothing stopping us now. Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
Expertly dodged. Just collect its ether to get close. Its ether to get close. Or it's yet to recollect its ether. I think it's gonna try to recollect its ether. No, maybe not.
You must disperse that ether ere the reaver recovers it!
No, yep, that's exactly what it's doing.
This is going to hurt.
We'll take more damage up though. There we go. No problem.
We did it. The Etso, are they?
The Ronek have all made it to Mehua Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, bow of reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our heads up.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I mean, that's lucky, I suppose.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. It's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeniheta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozeniheta. That's where the Pelu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. As the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek. But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am Dawn's servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
I can't imagine how Kona must be feeling right now. That Reaver. You don't suppose it was the same one that... We certainly got more than we bargained for when we set out to solve our railroad conundrum. Made felling that to Hetso look easy. On behalf of the Hetso, I thank you. If Valkona counts us among his family, then he is part of ours. To know that the Hetso are safe is more than enough. Yet, would it be wrong to hope that, in protecting them, we also avenge my parents? It is the least I owe to them, after all this time. Voltaire, I thank you for standing by me, as Dawn's servant, and as the often perfect man beneath that mantle. Now let us return our attentions to the matter we came here to address, shall we? We have removed the root cause of the Runics straying from their favored grazing, and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of ether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight easier than a traditional whistle, more effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Let's return to Shuluni Station and begin work on it. Then, Walika and his crew will doubtless be relieved to finally have a solution. Oops, I nearly passed over it. A variety of artisans from across Troll have come to assist with the railroad, so I foresee no difficulty in creating the whistle that Connor proposed. I always carry a spare pair of spectacles or two. It's going to be difficult to find replacements outside of the city. You won't believe how many I went through during the Rite of Succession. This train will be ready in no time. You look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad, I take it? So the Ronique were avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are. And Valkon is not too bad himself. Well, with his whistle idea. Sit tight, we'll have this train on the tracks before you know it.
She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolao. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel, and we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Right. If we're done talking, let's put this train through our paces.
since the rain stopped. Why does Annabelle get to ride on the train? Why can't I ride on the train?
There's a Ronek up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
I mean, all that was created pretty quickly.
It's moving away.
Although I suppose spending the next, like, 5 hours on the train plot wouldn't be the best pacing decision ever.
Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Chateaural Railroad is back in service.
Trains! Now anyone will be able to come and go from the dome as they please. Can't wait to spread the word in Alexandria. I expect that with the Reaver gone, the Ronique will gradually return to their old habits. We won't see so many approaching the tracks. It's good to see that the whistle will be effective in the meantime, however. With that, I believe our work here is done. The fine people of Jacques Toral Railing can take it from here. The folks that Valcona brought in to help rebuild the railroad have already returned home. I hope we can give them a ride someday. For a while there, we were real worried that we'd never get the railroad running again. Now that the test drive was such a success, we can breathe easy and start hauling people to and from the dome. First Shaloni, and then the continent. Watch out, Jacques Toral, here we come. I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure smooth operations. Time to get back to it. The efforts of all here today have not gone unnoticed. Once more, I thank you. As for our own work, I trust you can handle matters in Alexandria, Lamity. It won't be as I once envisioned, but perhaps someday we can take that train journey to Yasaloni together. Crossroads. Never one to stand still. Wuklamot is ready to race back to Alexandria. Well, it's possible that Shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale, what do you have her working on? Guluja's mother. I'd feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same way. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Akua we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. I needn't search for what she left behind, because she left it with me, and I will carry it always. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny Kakua? What? No. It is merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought it as good a souvenir as any. Whatever you say, for what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. Yes, well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? I thought I might join you for a time, see if there's aught I can do for the people there. Much changed though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way there. Alright, back to the back rooms. Heading to the back rooms? Yep. What have you guys found out? You must be exhausted. Shall I nip out for an energy tonic? So, Zoralja was conducting secret research in Yuiawata. I have some memories of the place from my childhood. Glad you're back. We wouldn't want to keep Gulaja here waiting any longer than necessary. Aaronville is wearing his Kakua. That makes me happy. Looks like we arrived at a good time. A simple yet elegant solution, and thus is the railroad back in operation. Meanwhile, Shell has nearly finished processing the data. She will be able to share her findings with us imminently. Oh no. I am interrupting something, I gather. Why, you're Stola. What brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate in Skydeep Sinnoh for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought I would do well to have the company of an expert on Electrope. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I can join you once we've finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Taishulja herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
Well, this is bound to be interesting.
My name is Taishulja, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I am, was a Chirurgeon with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yaslani to hunt a Duralvidrai that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Tuyolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran, and in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path, a path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoranja? I admired him, his incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today. It should have been today. The beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! Get it away from me. Get the thing away from me!
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all.
So upon realizing he had a son, he immediately had a panic attack. Which, to be fair, that's almost somewhat reasonable, to be fair.
He'll come around. We'll be a happy family. Kanyoka shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well, but I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gulcha.
I'm fine, Lamachi. Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
What a mess. If the dome had not appeared, Tishaljaw's tale would have been very different. Yet whether or not she would have been happier, I cannot say. You may find it hard to believe, but until the right of succession, Zoraljaw was a good brother to me. Always. I thought that Papa was the best father anyone could ask for. I don't want to think that the time we spent together as family was a lie, but by the same token, the bitterness my brother harbored was all too real. It's okay. I wanted to know more about my parents, and now I do. And I don't regret it. I have Lamati and Kona and you, Altair. I'm not lonely now. Tishaljah left written records as well. I'll compile them for Gulajah. Perhaps something in them will be of comfort. No matter how brave a face Gulajah puts on, I expect it will take him time to come to terms with this. He's a strong one, though. You needn't worry too much. Why leave such a record, you ask? I cannot be certain, but I believe Tishaljah simply wanted someone to know how she felt, to understand. It's better to know. A profound response for one so young. But I wish he didn't have to be. Gulajah is indeed wise beyond his years. Yet one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. 'Tis fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Gulajah. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I am ready to head to living memory when you are. I am planning to be thorough, so you'll need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain overlong. I know we all have much and more to attend to. For now, farewell. On one note to look at them, but Shale and your stroll are birds of a feather. An incorrigible, restless feather. I'll stick around for a while. Let me know if you need me. Is Shale going to be alright out there? The whole time she was working on the data, I never saw her take a break. With the railroad ready, I'd like to get some idea of how many returnees we can expect before heading back to Toyolo. The twins have yet to return. I hope everything is alright. A word before you leave. Our network's already spreading word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the first train back. Yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. What? We spoke before. You said many more from Tuliolo were eager to reunite with friends and family. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard? If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Let's start at Lanode 9. We'll venture out for a bit ourselves. But as you are, everyone was keen to pack their bags before. Now the journey is possible, they can't be bothered. Railroad's working again, it'll be much easier to visit Tuliolo. It would be nice to see Kona again as well. I've asked Gio to fill me in on all that happened in the Dome of Ways. If I hear anything of interest, I'll be sure to pass it on. People were so nervous about remaining in Alexandria. Cannot help but wonder what prompted this sudden change of heart. Well, I guess I should go find out. Sure, nothing incredibly drastic has happened while we were gone. There may still be people gathering in Praxis Park. Let's try there first.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zaraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function. I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Can we please not induce a mass
What are we to
panic?
do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die.
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
Don't be ridiculous. Queen Sphene's dead. I killed her. I only wish this could be a good thing.
What?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do.
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
gone. Forever.
I've seen a lot of weird things in my day, but
You there, Gaussen. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Valve Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself.
I mean, you don't have to say it like that.
We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
You probably shouldn't be shouting that.
A funeral? For Her Majesty?
How would brainwashing be working if we can... Great.
What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria. Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed? This is no way to live. Not for us, nor our children.
I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution.
All of us shall be made endless.
That's only a terrible idea.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long as you like. Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all. One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5,000 of us?
But that one has a white one.
You Victral!
Look at wait, no, don't. We smart decisions. You can't just murder.
The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people.
Maybe not in the middle of everyone.
Who are you?
That's a fair question.
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
When did this game become a horror game? I mean, literally, first... I could take them all out. Those are just regular people.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down. And then we'll talk.
Probably shouldn't have said anything. Of course, now, almost definitely brainwashing. You saw Sphene with your own eyes then, so it wasn't someone else. You've heard about the Queen of Reason's proclamation. The rumors spread through the district like wildfire. Without the Mezzo Terminal, how does she propose to create new endless? You must contact your Stola as soon as possible. Queen Sphene has returned? How? Seriously, what was that? Sphene was erased. If she's back, then are the endless... There's not to report yet, but we have all eyes and ears out in Everkeep and heritage found. We caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message about neo-regulators was received with utmost clarity. It couldn't have been Sphene. She should have been destroyed when the Mezzo Terminal shut down. Without a single Alexandrian to bear witness, presented with an identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen, it is no surprise that they would choose to believe she's alive. What is troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor, just as if their memories have been erased. Given that the members of Oblivion remained unaffected, that was likely the work of the regulators. But by whose design? Someone smart enough to play at being the Queen of Reason. In that guise, even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria will be on her side. We need to find out who she really is. While I agree wholeheartedly, we should avoid drawing more attention than we already have. We must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. It really doesn't matter because there's only 11, but okay. Meanwhile, in living memory,
Where am I? My people. Are they safe? Why am I?
wait, are there two Queen Sphenes now? Neon Horizons title. Okay, I guess that's probably the end of the 7.1 story patch. So now we're on to 7.2 story patch. Seekers of Eternity. Regulators. I heard the idea came from the citizenry, but something doesn't sit right. We'll look into this. We have too little information to draw any useful conclusions as yet. I dare say the Queen of Reason's behavior henceforth will be illuminating. Shale said she left this machine running to process more of the data from the field station. Is it done yet? Is anyone else here? He's probably just going to say the same thing as earlier. Glimmer of the past. Well, we can keep going. It's been an hour and a half. Kind of at least want to hit the next dungeon today. Altair, your timing could not have been better. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share. I probably should take a break. 5 minutes. Excellent, we'll just wait for Lamati. She should arrive shortly. Altair, glad to see you're here too. And speak of the devil, let's catch each other up, shall we? Right, I'll go first if nobody minds. I've been back in Tuliolo and spoke with Kona. I told him all about the records left behind by Gulajaw's mother, as well as Speen's reappearance. We decided that I should remain in the dome until things settled down more. But while I'm Gulajaw's guardian, I'm also a foreign ruler. I'll have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling in Alexandrian politics. That's all from me. As for the rest of us, we've been keeping track of this new Sphene. She has been making regular appearances before the people. And each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much else about her remains a mystery, including why she's chosen to reveal herself now. On our end, we're confirming that only thing those wearing regulators have had their knowledge of Queen Sphene's death altered. Someone must have tampered with the devices to remove any and all memories of the event. Though we haven't yet identified the perpetrator, given recent events, Sphene is the chief suspect. Many believe that the Queen of Reason is alive and well, and remember her funeral as a memorial for those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this has proven confusing for those with more accurate recollections. We will carry on with our investigation. I'll head to the Earthern Sky now and coordinate with our people there. There's one other matter, the highlight of this gathering, you might say. We'd like you to meet a certain someone. By all means, where's this person now? In the break room. She is unwell, and Yustrola and Alizea have been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. The break room is at the end of the hallway through that door. You can go whenever you're ready. I will go. I just need to use the bathroom, but I will do that after I figure this out. Should I love you to join you in the break room? I'd rather not overwhelm our guests with too many new faces. Better to keep investigating the activities of our new Sphene. Alphino and Aaronville have taken it upon themselves to attend to the people of Alexandria. Fulme are still struggling to deal with recent events, and they hope to make a difference by lending them a sympathetic ear. I saw another person to talk to.
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul.
So, the situation wasn't complicated enough when we had a fake Sphene running around. We just needed like a second one. Oh, great. I guess I have to figure everything out.
We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could exchange words. We decided to bring her here for now. Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis. Ishtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with a proxy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective. Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Fiend was created. The original Queen Sphene of Alexandria.
But how?
What? But how can that be possible?
I mean, a lot of stuff goes on around here, but usually surprise revivals from the dead don't. It's pretty uncommon, mostly because of the... Yeah.
The real Sphene died of illness 4 centuries ago.
I died.
Ruklamat, you really need to be more careful of what you're saying.
Whatever do you mean?
I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia? And who are you people?
Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself.
Oh, that's just great. So my earbuds that I was using to listen to the game audio just died, both in rapid succession. That means looping audio. Alright, quick break, let these hopefully charge a bit so that the game audio will not loop. I can... Intermission. And I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. Let's see if everything is working properly. It's probably looping. Let me see if I can. Why isn't the sound flowing towards that? Turn it on and off again. That always works. And hopefully now it's working. Oh, it's working, yeah.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
In that dark room, there was an electric casket designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down. That was where you were kept, in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom, for 4 centuries.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
What would Oz do if he were here? What can I do? The original Queen Sphene. We'll tell her what she wants to know, and we'll decide what we need to do. We turned up her chamber when we searched the Meso Terminal. Safe to say, none of us had anticipated this development. Treatment may have been effective, but the road ahead for her remains uncertain. To wake up alone in the distant future, and seemingly by no choice of your own, you can hardly blame her for reacting as she did. I do not believe that you are lying, so please, tell me everything that has happened. Everything. Very well. Let us do so with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I should like more of us to assist, it isn't practical to gather everyone, so I will summon Grahatia and Creole for now.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Yashtola and Alisay's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale. I know not how to repay them, not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
With me?
He's known those two for a long time. You can trust in his judgment. Besides, you helped to prove that their treatment works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction after so long. So very long. I steeled myself, having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Oh, great idea! There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm. Truly, I would be honored.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamart.
Seekers of Eternity. So, when we're talking about Sphene, we can either be talking about three different Sphenes. It could be Sphene the Endless, or Sphene the fake one, or Sphene the real one. Come on, we'll give Sphene the Grand Tour. Sphene asked me to not call her by her title. I understand why, but it feels strange. Thank you as well, Altair, for your kindness. The Endless Sphene, you knew her, did you not? It may take time for both of us to come to terms with this situation, myself especially, but I recognize that I must. I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. Oh look, tacos. I love tacos. Yum. Come on, we'll give Sphene the Grand Tour. I'm not sure. I know that's the same lines. Got memories of a bygone age. Before heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit among the items Sheol has prepared for me, I believe. If you would wait outside, I should only need a moment. Alright, take your time. So that she chose the outfit herself. Once I've changed, I shall join you outside. Even if she can walk, she's still far from fully recovered. We'll have to take care not to push her too hard. I haven't gone outside in a while. Cheryl decrypted more of my mother's records, so I've been spending a lot of time reading them. Ystrel and Alizé left for the government sector. They wanted to discuss how to go about treating those afflicted with lightning. Admirable. I don't know how they keep going without so much as a short break. From what I've heard, you do the same thing, Shale, so... Speaking of, where is the other guy?
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Oh, that really suits you.
I'm glad to hear that.
A moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
And what about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the Endless Sphene.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern, Shale. Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
As long as we keep Sphene's identity under wraps, it should be safe enough to walk around the city. Still, we can't be too cautious while the simulant's off doing whatever it is she's doing. Do take care out there. Oh, the rabbit's still following me. I forgot about that. So you've been to Tuliolo. Were you able to meet with your friends? I was. Things were a bit awkward at first. She's still so young, after all. But before long, we were talking up a storm. We had so much fun, just like old times. So this is Alexandria. Despite being inside a tower, it feels as though I'm out in the open. And those sights are nothing like I remember. Electrope is still everywhere I look. It's a strange yet familiar place. LA wants to talk with Lama T, so while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can see from here. Is there any place that interests you? There are so very many, I can't decide where to begin. Why don't we let Altair choose? Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty fine registrations. I didn't have to read that. Well, let's see. Lay talking to Lamati just came back from Tuliolo. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the train made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindblom, but operations were suspended when relations deteriorated. Eventually, the tracks were removed entirely. To see that a railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war. With Alexandria the aggressor, continuing to strive for peace, Tuliolo's leaders have shown great magnanimity, and I can't help but be moved. There are lots of different shops at the Nexus Arcade, selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The Endless Fiend gave Altair and Lamati a tour of the place. I remember watching them from a distance. Castletown I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like that lady is doing now with Lou Clement. In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get matched to jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. I'm unsure how I feel about regulators and the treatments of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones, and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. Even so, I would never wish to forget my parents, Otis, Selenia. I want to remember them all. I'm reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others, though. 809. If you attune to Lane 09, you can teleport back here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Solution 9. It makes it easy to get around. That's the mode of travel that utilizes ether currents, yes? We had the same in my time, but when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. And after the war, the etheric balance across the entire world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, the act of teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether. 'Tis heartening to see them available again for the use of one and all. Joy of spying stars between faint gaps in the clouds is absent here, but 'tis a fine thing to be sheltered from the thunder and rain. Thank you for your help, Altair. I hope Queen Sphene, or I mean, just Sphene, will feel at home here one day. Sorry about that. I got a little carried away with the conversation. It's alright, Altair and I told her about the places we can see from here. Really? That's great! Right then, why don't we stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. From what I understand, she never actually died. She was just essentially like frozen in time, kind of like Link was in Breath of the Wild. Welcome to Mosaic. When you're ready to order, just let me know. I understand this cafe was named for the different races who appear as a mosaic of colors when they gather here. What an inspired idea. What should I get? We've been walking for a while, so let's rest our feet, eh? Drinks are on me. Sphene, Altair, but two of you go ahead and order first.
So many different drinks. I can't decide. Ooh.
I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee.
Of course. I should warn you though, Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well?
Yeah, sure, I'll have the same.
Two Dali coffees then. The beans make for dark roasts that are quite aromatic. I find the sharp flavour invigorating, though a dash of milk can be a wonderful complement.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people. But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all. The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in. Your Majesty, is that you? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene, though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are. How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now. We're going home.
Bye! Not Queen Sphene! I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does. Another harsh reminder that I have no place here.
You can always join the Scions. I mean, we know you. It'll be fun, trust me. Then going where the wind blows you, doing favors for others. I'll even teach you how to fight.
Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain. Even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. Still, I feel better for having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm not being much of a guide. I don't usually get approached this often. It's quite alright. The people have been through so much. It's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Voltaire. I appreciate your understanding. Right then, where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on True View. Oh, that's not good. Ugh. Hey, are you alright? He was this way when we arrived. He looks pale. We need to find a place for him to rest. Thank you. I was on my way to attend to some business when the memory of being killed here came flying back. The danger has passed, I know, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I've offered others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. Maybe physically none the worse for wear, but unseen wounds also require time to heal. I see. When the soldiers attacked, the regulators and souls they used to spare themselves the horror of death ended up subjecting them to it over and over again. If only we'd come to their aid sooner. But we're here now. We can offer this man the comfort he can't give himself. Try as I might, I can't shake this fear. My courage has completely deserted me. Do it. Yeah, just gotta. Thank you. I feel better already. Your encouragement was exactly what I needed. But where are my manners? My name is Malachite, and I am an usher. An usher? They're the ones who came to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect our duties have changed. That's correct. We no longer attend to the dying. It's only after they have passed away in their family's care that we convey their remains to a government storage facility. A storage facility? What for? Henceforth, we must inter the deceased, but as the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. I didn't know. I'd heard there were graveyards over by the submerged city, but like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Did you have usher duties? If so, we could help. I'm not actually here in an official capacity, so I'm loath to trouble you further, but since you asked, I shall explain why I've come. I've taken to delivering the personal effects of the departed to their families. Even though their memories have been trusted to the cloud, I still remember where they once lived. The rule was to dispose of any belongings. To do anything else was strictly forbidden, but it saddened me to see them discarded like waste, so I began secreting away what I could. Of course, I understand that not everyone shares my sentiments. I leave it to the families to decide what to do with these items. Some accept my deliveries, others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say. But I feel the families should be given the choice. Oh, they didn't have it before then. It's important to think about what people leave to us. I want to help. Do you want to help too, Altair? Deliverers happen to be my specialty. I'm truly grateful. Now there are 4 items to be delivered here in the recreation zone. I'll leave them in your care. In the meantime, I will head to the residential sector to make deliveries there. After you finish, please meet me back here. I would like to know the family's reaction. You know, there have been people in Tuliolo who had similar episodes due to the trauma of the siege. Do you mind if I went with Malachite just to keep an eye on him? Only if you can handle those deliveries without me, of course. It's fine, it's fine. I'm sure he'll be happy for the company. Consider to deliver these keepsakes to the families. So there are 4 items in total to deliver? Right, 3 for people on True View, and 1 for someone over by the Neon Stain. Let's visit them in that order. Might I trouble you to do the talking, Altair? I fear my voice may betray my identity. Lead the way, we'll be right behind you. See and Gulaja are now accompanying you. Don't need to read all that. Anyways, now that we're all here together, I think you really should consider joining the Scions. Like, actually, wait, the Scions are disbanded right now. Well, officially. Well, you could always just accompany me. You could always use a partner. Even though they're gone, the memories of our loved ones give us the means to reconnect with them in spirit. I'm sure the people who receive these items will treasure them greatly. I heard before about ushers clearing out the homes of the departed. No wonder he started thinking about their belongings. The way the buildings are all in a row reminds me of the old castle town. Lively as it is here, I can see why Oblivion can blend in. People around True View seem scary at first, but most of them are really kind. When I see someone passed out on the street now, I worry if they'll be alright. Is there something you need? So Malachite sent you. He was very considerate when he offered to bring me the keepsake. He stressed that I didn't have to accept it if I felt uncomfortable. I see why some would say no, but I couldn't do that. Now it's something that belonged to my parents. What I understand now, I will never see again. Having spare souls won't save us from the inevitable. That's always been the case, but now, I find myself wondering about this and that. Like, how much longer can I afford to muck around with my brothers? But I won't bore you with my ramblings. Thanks for bringing me the keepsake, and give my regards to Malachite. Oh, hello. Do I know you? So this is the keepsake. Truth be told, I've been wavering as to whether or not I should accept it. I mean, it belonged to someone that died. It's got me thinking about what we did to Tuliolo. I didn't even know we'd killed so many other people, not until the funeral. What if they decide to retaliate? Mama T, Wuklamot, would never do that. She and everyone in Tuliolo know that my father was to blame for the attack, not the Alexandrian people. Oh dear, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you speak ill of your father. It's just, I can't stop worrying about death. And hearing that they're running out of Neo-regulators makes it worse. I don't know what to do anymore. I'll stop by this place right over here. So you can purchase beverages from these machines? That's wonderful. I've always believed that technology should be developed for the benefit of the people. Janelle's favorite energy tonic is a special formula, not like the ones they sell here. I wanted to try one, but Shale wouldn't let me. What is it? If you're trying to sell me something, I'm not interested. Oh, you brought the keepsake. Thank you. I've been looking forward to this, hoping that might help me remember. But no such luck, it seems. The owner is dead and I'll never become one of these endless Queen's Fiend tells us about. It's a sad thought. Even so, I'm not sure I want to become endless myself. They're made by putting your memories into a new body made of ether. Doesn't that mean you yourself still have to die first? The thought of not having to worry about souls was appealing, so I was happy to receive a new regulator. I've only had doubts since then. Queen's Fiend herself recommends it. I want to believe that all will be well, but still. Sorry, I need to clear my head. That's everyone true view. Let's go to the neon stain. Yeah, it's the same line. Are you talking to me? Oh, right, this. I can't say it stirs any memories, but it does feel familiar somehow. You know, you look familiar yourself. Where do I know you from? Of course, you're the unenhanced challenger. No, champion! Can't stress how incredible it is what you've achieved without using Pharaoh's souls. It's a genuine honor to meet you, though not for the first time, I realize. It was at the infusion station in the government sector. It wasn't my finest moment, as you might recall. You're the Arcadian fighter who's desperate for souls. That's right, I'm sorry you had to see me like that. Anyway, seeing as we're meeting properly now, the name's Lathander. I used to fight in the Arcadian, but not anymore. I took Queen's Fiend's worst to heart and found a new job, one where I could put my knowledge of physical conditioning to use. As you know, lots of people were badly hurt when the mechanical soldiers malfunctioned. I've been assisting them with their rehabilitation. It's not something I ever imagined myself doing, but here we are. Not many people can help others like you can. I think it's great what you're doing. Heh, thanks. It's encouraging to hear that. There's this fellow who was able to learn how to walk all over again. Becoming endless would solve his problems, but he's determined to overcome them the hard way, with the body he's got. Seeing that gave me a newfound appreciation for my own body. It's a gift from my parents, a sturdy thing that survived the arena, and I need to take better care of it. I'm the only blue-scaled Hubigo besides my father. Limity once told me that. I don't know how my father felt about it. There are times when it hurts to think about the things we share. Still, I don't want to lose that. Even if I could look the same as an endless, I would never throw away this body. Most people would find it hard to do so, I imagine. Just the thought makes me feel uncomfortable about the whole becoming endless affair. But I need to get back to work. It was nice talking to you, and thanks for the delivery. Sure, that one. Like if it was 12, that would be a nice reward, but no, it's just material level 11. I'm glad I'm the way I am. It's my parents' gift to me, and how I was able to learn more about them, and about myself. This means eager to tell Malachi of your success. I believe that takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Altair. From what I've seen and heard, it's plain the people held their queen in high regard, and the simulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let's report to Malachite. He should be back to the north, at the north of the recreation zone. You're not gonna let that slide, are you? Take a short cut through a narrow alleyway, which is always a good idea. Done with your deliveries? We've just gotten back ourselves. We spoke with all harbored anxiety towards death. As we spoke with all harbored anxiety towards death. It's hardly an unnatural sentiment to have, and yet Malachi seems to be doing better. Thank you for your assistance with this. Thank you for your assistance. With this, every delivery I had planned for today is accounted for. The reactions I received were mixed. While some were glad, others decided they did not want the items after all. How was your experience? Everyone accepted their items. They all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember the keepsake's owner. Another couldn't stop worrying about their own death. I see. It's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with reminders of loss. Of late, I've come to believe that we are each of us the sum of the moments we've shared with our loved ones. And when they passed away, and we lost our memories of these people, we lost a part of ourselves. It's a thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties, and thanks again for your aid. Malachite speaks true. Our memories are what define us. They form the path we walked to be where we are. My endless self, I expect, was much like to me in the beginning. I cannot become like her, no more than she could become like me. For once our paths diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. That's true. Even if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change. The endless fiend was one possibility, a version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact I did, though. Huh? Is that... the simulants? Don't you smile at me like I could spear you down right here now. Hey, get back here. I'm not done talking to you. She's looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this, but we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? It would probably be a bad idea, but that's never stopped me before, and it's not going to start stopping me now. Probably shouldn't be dragging Sphene along, though. I could probably... Wait, Wiglamot. I changed my mind. You guys head back to the back room, and I'll handle this one, okay? Gulajar, you agree? It's my first time seeing the simulant. Though she was smiling, something about her scared me. She has a strange feeling, pursuing one spitting image. Where does she want us to go, I wonder? Simulant head into the street over there. The neon stain is that way. Let's hurry. Wait, I said I could handle this one. It's going to be dangerous. My warrior of light senses are going off like crazy. What is she up to? I don't like this. Did we lose her?
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
Ow! You can't just laser me.
Hey, are you alright?
So you didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
Who do you think you are?
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
You obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
You plan to use my soul to power your ether thing, don't you? You're going to kill me so you can do your endless plan than whatever that's a lie, isn't it? You're just trying to get people on board with your plan. You have some evil plan, more than likely. Well, whatever. You're going to die to a giant spear hole in your chest, so...
I know that voice.
You there! Yes, you! We have important business with you. We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
You stole is way scarier than you, and if I gave that to you, then, she'd kill me. So no. Not on your life.
Is that so? What a shame. If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments.
Wuklama, axe her now. That is an order.
It was for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless. I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it. And sure enough, she did just that. I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry. Alas, we are naught more than pawns. Pieces in his grand design.
Well, thank you for telling me who I have to stab. Very much appreciate that.
Don't you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike
Yes!
me down if you wish. I shall be made anew.
That's annoying.
I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
I can do it. I can stab her.
Damn you.
Ow. What is the objective of these experiments?
You're speaking to me. Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution. Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
I met species that did that. They all decided they wanted to die.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
You know him?
The young genius who had mastered electrope technology. He founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people.
And then wasn't the one who did it.
Calyx! You always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now. But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen. You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Don't listen to her, she's crazy.
Our demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
No. What a cool thing to say to Sphene. Are you alright, Altair? Forgive me. I was once able to use healing spells. My long slumber appears to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless, but perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. So looking as if panicked look to her in her eyes. You know what this means? We should eat more tacos. Makes everything better, especially getting a super laser shot. I'm not forgetting that Calyx, the Calyx is your name. I'm going to remember your name. And when you're dead, and what? He's not a child. He's clearly like, what, 400 years old now, plus? Stupid immortal children going to stab him. There's a pain look in her eyes. You really shouldn't listen to fake Sphene. For all, she's a fake and you're the real thing. Alexandria has no need for Queen Sphene. It's the Queen of Reason, my endless counterpart that they love. And although it is a hard truth to accept, it is nevertheless the truth. We must find a new way to serve. You're not alone, and together we can get through anything. Well said. It just so happens that there's something that only you can do right this moment. The Star of Calyx. What can you tell us about him? He's a prodigy who specialized in the field of electrope and made his mark during the Storm Surge. Yet even as he basked in the admiration of his peers, he struggled with an illness he had from birth, which left him with precious little time to live. For him to still be here 4 centuries on, I think it's safe to assume that he too has become an endless. I see. While we're somewhat familiar with preservation, I never imagined we'd cross paths with one of them like this. You know about preservation? We do. They're supposed to have created Everkeep's core system as well as the Endless Fiend. Did they? All while I was slumbering. The members of Oblivion have spent a lot of time investigating preservation. We should head to the back room and tell them what's happened. I think I'm just gonna give the key to Y'shtola. That way if she loses it, it's on her. Y'shtola! Don't tell me she left. Hey, Graha. Heard about the ambush. You seem to have weathered it well, but try not to avoid straining yourself. Do you hear me? I'll be fine. I've survived if I have worse. The sign might yield some clues. Are you feeling alright? We've given the others a summary, but we can wait on the details if you need some rest. I think that Creel's parents were once members of preservation.
We've heard what happened. So, preservation has revealed itself at last.
And using the key, they mean to turn even more people into Endless. It seems safe to assume that they too intend to steal ether from the other reflections. But unlike the previous Sphene, they have no intention of saving everyone. Calyx, of all people, would know precisely how much ether is required to sustain an Endless. Thus, he is able to set a realistic limit to their creation, without being swayed by emotion.
Carefully managed eternal preservation. Whether or not this can be considered an evolution, it is plain that man's very existence would be forever changed.
Say, if this Calyx is as brilliant a scientist as everyone says, could he have been the one who erased everyone's memories of Endless Fiend's death?
That is a possibility, though I cannot speak to his motives.
Though Calyx has outright stated his ultimate goal, how his actions will further this agenda remains unclear. That said, we have seen how anxiety towards death continues to spread amongst Alexandrians. Perhaps the simulant stokes this fear, to entice them to become endless.
Everyone is afraid of death. We try to put it out of our minds, and I do not blame the people for feeling as they do. nonetheless, I wish to stop the simulant. I wish to do what I can for those who believe in their queen. Although I wear no crown, were I to forsake the people, then I would truly have no place here.
I don't know if this will help in that endeavor, but I found something interesting. When I analyzed the sign that Calyx appeared on, I was able to determine the source of transmission. I traced it back to a terminal used only by preservation, located in the Foundation sector.
Foundation sector? That came up in my mother's records, didn't it? It's where the old castle was hidden.
Everkeep was built atop the castle of the former kingdom. Access to the immediate area, the Foundation sector, is highly restricted, with map data accordingly classified.
The old castle is inside this tower.
It's an ideal place for preservation to conceal the terminal, I must say. Having existed since the storm surge, they would be familiar with the castle's layout.
But I wonder, would someone so versed in electrope, such as Calyx, be so careless as to leave a trail?
Oh, I expect he intended for us to find the terminal.
It may be a trap, but it's our only lead. What do you think, my friend?
Yeah, I think a little revenge is in order. Don't just, like, shoot me with a laser.
That it is. While I'm glad you're safe, we cannot allow his offense to go unanswered.
I am the
If you're
literal
set on this course of action,
warrior
I'll
of
work on
light.
getting you access to the Foundation sector. Sit tight for now.
You can't just shoot me with a laser in the middle of a city and expect to just, like, be fine.
Please, let me come with you.
Alright.
I may not possess any special skills, but I know the castle better than any. So please.
Someone toss her a white mage staff or a scholar book or something.
Alright.
Nice sage
If that's what you want, then we
arms.
go together. The rest of us will take point and secure the way, and we'll count on you to guide us in the castle.
Was this the dungeon quest? Oh, I guess the next one probably is. So you have a plan, let's make it count. According to the records from Yuya Wata, my mother was investigating orogenics for her own research into souls. There's a map data for orogenics in the records, and that's how we learned about the castle and the Foundation sector. I'm working on securing a route to the Foundation sector. Please sit tight for a while. Calyx determines how many will become endless, but leaves the choice of who in the hands of the people. Is this his idea of fairness, or does he simply not care? Perhaps he considers all to be worthy of salvation. Oh, but it's too early for such speculation. In the world's fiend's memories, the town was already submerged. Given their dire circumstances, I expect the people considered stripping the castle for materials to rebuild. For the structure to endure even now, it speaks to its importance to the Alexandrians, as well as their resilience. Thank you for allowing me to accompany you. It may take time for me to find my place in this new Alexandria, but I will, slowly but surely. This is once my home, I should do my utmost to be of use on this mission. So we have a plan, let's make it count. Shale is eager to get on with it. Right, I believe I've plotted a viable route to the Foundation sector. As we don't have much information on the area, I'll come along and gather geographic data on site. You can leave the navigating to me. I'll stay behind this time, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Oblivion is fortunate to have a capable adapter like you, Kulaja. No matter what the future holds, your knowledge of Electrope is bound to serve you well. With such dependable support here, we may embark on our mission. Come, let's head to the lift in the government sector. Be safe out there. Will do. The other guy isn't here. I wonder what he's up to. Alright, we got another dungeon. Oblivion's gone us permission to use the lift. It's nice when things can move quickly. Calyx has all but invited us, so we must assume that we are expected. From here, we head to the very bottom of Everkeep. Can't help but feel nervous returning there after so long. Though it's but from a distance, I remember the sight of Alexandria's castle in the virtual domain. I wonder how it looks now compared to then. The thing has been arranged for your passage to the Foundation sector. There's no direct lift to the Foundation sector, so we'll have to transfer to another on the way. If we take the wrong lift, we'll end up in the wrong sector, so be sure to follow her instructions. According to Chishol-ja's records, the little tower is divided into inner and outer sections below Origenics. The castle is at the heart of the intersection. So upon arriving in the Foundation sector, we need to make our way inwards. Altair, take this communicator with you. It's been modified to track your coordinates, so I'll be guiding you as I collect data. Sounds like we're all set. Let's get going. The Underkeep now accessible. So it doesn't sound... Yasmin's not going to be in the party. She'll probably be following us around the dungeon. She'll follow close behind with Shale. If just foundations here, after Shale will take over, please take out to lose the communicator. They're hanging into a trap, so watch your step. It'd be nice if this foray was uneventful, but that would be a naive hope. Better to expect the worst. Calyx uses the people's love for Sphene to further his own schemes. We can't allow him to do so any longer. Whatever it takes, we'll find and stop him. Though we are taking a risk, the far greater danger would be to wait. If it's time, let's take the battle to Calyx. Alright, so we have a pretty locked-in party here. Alright, time to rock and roll. Shaktaral, the Underkeep. Where's Fiend?
There are beasts ahead of you. They must have gotten in and made themselves at home.
Seems we must clear a path through these creatures. Indeed, let's proceed with caution. Wait, do we lose Alphino and Alizé at some point? Switch to multi-target mode now that we have 3 enemies. And that's all. Finish the chain before switching back.
Access hatch nearby that leads inside. Look for an opening.
Alright, understood. The sand is built up over long years. I'm gonna put my time training on the beach to good use. I see one. Yeah, I kinda saw that one coming. Music here is quite somber. Well, into the sands.
You're detecting something big. You'll have to deal with it to continue on.
Whoa, that's a big bug. Has it been using this chamber as its lair? The grunts. But that's gonna be at 30 wide. Yep. mighty racket. Oh, where's it going? Is it moving along the pipes? I don't think it's trying to flee. It needs to catch us by surprise. Ah! Ow. Yeah, that worked. Thank you, Braha.
Something special for you.
And that was dashing that way. More than likely. Should have done a better job of keeping an eye on it. And it still has my feint off, so that's good. Alright, just about got it. Dodge there. And over. What a vexing creature that was.
The access hatch.
I think it was clever enough to use the pipes and sand to its advantage. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of that because of inventory problems, but I forgot to show off this. This is a collection of all the stuff I used for each of the glamours. There are a few pieces missing, but that's because those pieces are currently the highest item level gear on those sets. I thought Sven was going to be following us. Look, could that be... It's the castle. Yeah, there's the castle, right? Oh.
Allow me.
Drag these guys over here. There's only two of them, so we can switch back to single hits. Should be a chest around. Oh, there it is.
There.
That's unfortunate. Rochelle's transmission cut off? We knew it wouldn't be easy. Let's stay strong and keep going. Here's a casting. That these were specifically told to attack us upon arrival.
Allow me.
So, you have come. Let us measure your strength.
That voice, Calyx? Is he testing us against that mechanical soldier? And the soldier Esso of Alexander's Castle Guard. By order of the Royal Knights, I should dispatch all intruders. Summoners initiating mobile combat maneuvers. I think I see how that works now. We tricked it again. Main con, we can evade its attacks. Focus and follow the movement. Reinforcements together. That's annoying. Ow. To be fair, this is really my fault for trying to focus on reading the dialogue and fighting the boss at the same time. I feel like my moves just oh well, that's just bullshit. Well, that just means it's going to be this one. I like my head spinning. The Dow will fight to the last. storm coming up.
Allow me.
I could have limit break a while back. Not much need this. Con functions inoperable. Forgive my failure.
Hardly a challenge, I see.
Who's following orders? Doesn't
You will
even
show
Pearson
me
machine
more.
with us?
I bid you press on.
Fine by me. If he wants a show, let's give him one. Those guys can't ignore her. God, it came out of nowhere. What a fright. Upstairs we go. Should be one more wave of enemies before, or I guess two more technically, but be prepared for anything. This will take some extra materia. One more group of enemies. Guarding the door? This is just another one more reason to see just what lies beyond.
thus far, but I have something that may test you yet.
Come and face me yourself. I'd like to tear you into a couple pieces. Indefatigable defense, Valia Pura.
We still lack sufficient data. Very well. Let us see how you perform against this. This machine has long guarded these crumbling walls.
What is this, a floating rock? Something's carved into Alexandria's emblem, perhaps?
How will you handle this?
Process, yeah, process.
Let us introduce more weaponry.
Is that all you got? So I would say something's different. Is lighting intensifying? Let's see what this means. So start moving, it comes again. Stay alerts.
Perhaps a new approach to assess your adaptability.
Warp. That's gonna work. It's not hard mechanic, really. Oh, you could try a bit harder than that.
Still alive. How unfortunate. For you to die here, it would save me trouble later.
I'm glad my death would be so convenient for you. Unfortunately, I don't really intend to die right here. Oh, and turrets. There we go. See, this is how you put up a fight. Ow. Graha, whenever would be a good time, really. I understand myself. Oh, I died. I didn't even see what killed me there. You know what? I should just be paying more attention. Alright, better this time.
This machine has long guarded these crumbling walls.
Probably don't walk into your fighting while you're fighting it. That can be saved for afterwards.
How will you handle this?
Started moving. Oh, come on.
Let us introduce more weaponry.
Stay over here. We're safe. Smells different. Gaha. Sigh.
Let us see what this is.
Okay, no, that's my fault. I'm not going to worry about reading the dialogue, actually. Just gonna fight this guy.
This machine has long guarded these crumbling walls. How will you handle this? Let us introduce more weaponry.
Okay, we'll be standing over here. Here and not. One will enter Gaha. There we go.
Let us see what this yields. To assess your adaptability.
One of those will move. Don't need to worry about dodging it until it does. That one. And that one's going to hit first. Where's the make ready to dodge? Those moves 2, not fair. Or those move 2, not fair. Drive light change position.
Still alive. How unfortunate. For you to die here, it would save me trouble later.
I'm gonna have to worry about the turrets as well. That's gonna move there, and that's gonna be the second one. Oh, come on. I think that might have been what hit me last time.
I'm beginning to understand how you were able to defeat Queen Eternal. So as long as those turrets don't fire, again, I'm safe right here. Oh, time for a good old lemon break. I should have used one of those seals before. That will do. We have enough to proceed with an analysis.
Alright. Let's see if the treasure chest has anything good. Just let me keep track of scouting. Shop in here for the time being. Where are you hiding, Calyx? And so the trap was sprung, as expected. Real. Schellenstein shouldn't be far behind.
Calyx was measuring our strength. Is that why he contrived to lead us here?
It looks like we've cleared away the machines and beasts. Who knows what else he might have in store. From here on out, Sveen and Shale will move with us. Let's find that terminal. Stay alert for more threats.
Before my illness left me bedridden, I used to walk through here on my way to watch Otis and Zelenia train. You knew Otis, if I'm not mistaken. Zelenia was his second in command in the Royal Knights of Alexandria. Oh, how I loved to see the two of them spar. I once dreamed of fighting by their side, so I studied the magical arts under my tutor. But when I was 15, the storm surge broke out, and both my father and mother passed away. As the new queen, I was forbidden from taking to the battlefield, for our nation would fracture had I died without a successor. Though, in the end, I could barely move. I regret that I didn't go out there and fight. At least while I still could. My endless self lamented not being able to protect the realm with benevolence. 'Tis a feeling to which I can relate.
Sveen.
Ah, forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to darken the mood. Come, let us press on.
This is one big castle, though. How far does this hallway go? Do you know, Sveen? What?
What happened?
Some kind of teleportation trick if I had to guess. Stay behind me.
It seems our guest brought company. So this was your doing? It was. We installed a teleporter that is triggered by the presence of the key, you see? I'm afraid etheric transmissions cannot penetrate the walls of the throne room. It will take your friends a good while to find you.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You are very much so trapped in here with me.
I confess the Valia Pira did not suffice to assess your capabilities. So I shall try something else.
Now that's a
You are
challenge.
free to use anything at your disposal. The better you fight, the more accurate my data. Attaining a precise measure of your strength, that is the most expeditious way to reclaim the key to which you so stubbornly cling.
Ah, noble Zelenia, dashing as ever. These villains mean to do us harm. Strike them down, I bid you. What? This machine is Zelenia? Indeed it is. We couldn't preserve her memories while she lived, so she has been reconstructed from our recollections of her. The endless me being created in answer to the earnest desires of Alexandrians. That I can accept. But to twist the memories of those I held dear and treat them as playthings. This disgrace I cannot abide! Loath though I am to comply with their demands, this monstrosity must be destroyed. Not least of all for Zelenia's honor. If she was indeed created from my memories, even if I cannot fight, I may be able to offer you counsel. So please, lend me your strength and end this farce.
Very well.
There it is.
It's not the... That's the Asm's crystal. Recollection now accessible. Well, so I decided while doing all that that if this had a duty support, then I would go ahead and do this. You know, like Workhorse door does. It doesn't though, so I think for now that's where today's stream ends. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, which I'll try to do sooner rather than later, probably sometime next week, we enter Recollection and we fight the false Selenia. I'm gonna see if I can recruit some other players, because I know that if I throw up a... if I try to enter the duty right now, the trial right now, it's going to take ages for me to queue up, and that's just not going to be good content or anything. gonna completely ruin the mood. So yeah, for now, that's the end of today's stream. Next time, we enter Recollection, and we fight... Well, I don't know what the technical name for it is. I wonder if I could see it if I look at this. Recollection. Count Guardian Fortune Sphinx of Selenia. Anyway, that's it for today's stream. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.